I'm gonna celebrate with you.
Well, we got the shades on today, man. Andy got the shirt on in the shade. Tony, you'll have the shirt on next time, man. But what's up with you guys? And it's a great day, right? We're coming off cash and nice. So obviously, it was closer than we'd like, but the final score is the only thing that mattered. Tony, you were with me. What's up with you? And how you been doing? What you got going over there? What are you talking about, brother?
Yeah, man, we're in a celebratory mood, so we got to break out the glasses and the dancing because it could have been a bleak, ugly night. I mean, I was sitting there sweating. I actually had a Jalen Brunson prop too, and then he gets to the line. He had already had it, but I thought it was a little higher than it actually ended up being. So he makes the just please make both of them because at least we get overtime if they hit a three, and then missing one. It was man, that was just. What a wild finish. The one thing, though, I did notice your tweets, the reverse jinx at halftime, because I know you know better than to write off a team at halftime. Even though the Luka Doncic thing was nonsense. Like, he's out for the last 3 minutes. He looks winded. He vacates, and then they get run, like a 10-0 run for Utah to take that lead. So it was wild, man. But I was still pretty confident. And then, the third quarter happened. Was hoping for a rocking chair winner in the fourth, but to Utah's credit, they fought to the very end. And like I said in my tweet, Bogdanovic makes that 7 out of 10 times. He even put in the tempo dribble, just missed the shot, man. So we are all better off 4 to 5% for me. Really good night last night, so we hope to keep it going.
Yeah, what's up with you? And then just real quick, I know people on Twitter probably hate the reverse jinx. It's went 8-0 last time, the last 8 times, no lie. So I just want to I just want to win. I just want to cash. I have big money on this shit. So yeah, whatever I have to do to get the win. And yeah, 8-0 the last 8 guys. So sorry, the Twitter guys. What's up with you, Andy?
Oh, you can't abuse the jinx. You can only use it sporadically. It just can't be in every time. Well, and Tony, to build off that last shot, I had Bogdanovic under 25.5 PRA, and he had 24 going into that shot. So you could just see the play developing, and I was like, oh no, he's going to get a wide open shot. And then the defender, great defense about him just flying through, like not a contest. And yeah, when that shot goes up, man, that shot, it felt like the ball was in the air for like 3 weeks. It was just, and then clang. So it sounds like we all did good on that one. But, they can't all be easy winners. Sometimes we got to sweat them out and everything. So should be good. Got a 5% or upper, 5% up at the wagertalk.com. And I just see Scott Foster is now the ref tonight. I saw that about 10 minutes ago. Yes.
Yeah. I may have noticed that this morning as well. Shout out to my guy, Verified Strides. He's not going to lie, I'm down bad right now, J Money. My guy, we cashing out on Grizzlies and under. You must not have been watching the show, my brother. We've been cashing heavy, man. Zeno, no. Appreciate you, Zeno, with that $10 tip. But it's all business here, guys. Only one game today. Maybe look ahead to a couple series, but nothing major. But it's just one game today, my guys. We got the first and only game up. We got the Timberwolves versus the Grizzlies here, Tony. The Grizzlies land 1.5 points on the road. You like some in this spot?
I do. I mean, my 5% play is on one of these plays, but I'll say this. I think that the Minnesota Timberwolves have an opportunity to extend this to 7, and it doesn't hurt that Scott Foster is in the building, and conspiracy theorists are going to say what they want. He couldn't extend the Brooklyn series, not that they didn't try. And again, look, I covered the NBA. I know things aren't fixed, but at the same time, you could have said yesterday that a couple of those calls that Donovan Mitchell got in the final 4 minutes really were no calls, and yet the hometown crowd kind of influenced something, and that should be the case today because Minnesota, they're hungry. They barely had success with Kevin Garnett there. Now they've got Karl Anthony Towns and a rising young kid, and Anthony Edwards, D'Angelo Russell, really a team that you could build and embrace. They want to not see them get eliminated on their home floor. So that'll be very interesting there. I'll have a client play at Wager Talk that I'll give out for free on the show a little bit later. But yeah, certainly I would not be talked off the the theory that the NBA would love to see a Sunday Game 7 in Memphis.
You thinking, Andy?
I'm I'm going back to some of these elimination games, and I officiated sports. I still do, and I always just thought the notion of like, the refs, not fixing games, but having that big of an impact. And I don't know. The older I get, I just see some of these examples, and sometimes the numbers don't lie with it. But yeah, there's only one game. There's a couple props that I think you can look at. One guy that he's feast or famine. I really like his game. That's Dylan Brooks. They got his point total set at 17.5. And I got to lean under with him. He's had 2 pretty decent games and then 3 real clunkers. He was 1 for 10 from 3-pointers the last game. And, 8 and 11 and 9 points in 3 of those games. And he did have 2 24-point games. But it just feels like Desmond Bane and John Morant and now Brandon Clark has emerged as their third. I think he's their 3rd leading scorer now on that team. So it just feels like Dylan Brooks, if he gets off to a slow shooting night, the other guys are going to take over. So I might look at Dylan Brooks under. Also, Patrick Beverly, they have his rebound total at 3.5. He's gone under in 4 straight games. That seems odd. He's at 3, 2, 2, and 2. He's not a rebounder. So those are a couple plays that I would look at. As far as the actual game total itself, I really don't have that strong of an opinion. I do lean to the under, though. I think with 2 young teams, this could be a nerves type of game. Some sloppy possessions, some sloppy play. And maybe we see them, kind of, wrap it up with some good defensive possessions, but I see some sloppy passes and some sloppy shots, which leads to an under, especially when you're dealing with a big total like this. I'm going to check right now. It's 229.5. Obviously, offensively, these guys can put up a lot of points, but nerves could play a factor. I lean under in this one.
Yeah, and this might have a game 7 type of feel already as well, with this being a must-win game for the Wolves, guys. In the chat, the Stoley, I appreciate you for a $10 tip. My guy says today we cash. I definitely dig that. My guy ZO Double as well. Zoboy 85. Appreciate you as well, my brother. I know y'all been cashing, man. For me in this game, man, I'll be honest with you, man. Someone may have told me, have muttered to me that that the Wolves get a win tonight. Guys, I'll be honest, I wasn't gonna play this game, and it's nothing heavy for me, small play. But let's just say the people that really watch the show, let's just say she says that there's gonna be a Scott Foster special tonight, and this was last night before the rest were even announced. She said it's gonna be a game 7, and then we see Scott Foster. I can't help myself but to sprinkle a little bit on the Wolves here, especially when I'm a realist and I'm a conspiracy theorist. So yeah, people that watch show, Scott Foster is probably in this game for a specific reason. Why wouldn't we like to see a game 7? There has to be at least one game 7 in the round 1, right? This is the last chance to get one. I believe we get one. It's only one game on Sunday. I wish it wasn't a game scheduled at all on Sunday. It'd make it even better. But there is one game scheduled on Sunday. I believe there will be 2. I believe you get this superstar ref in this special game for a reason. You take it back to game 4, I believe it was, where the Grizzlies obviously lost that game. Yeah, it was game 4 in Minnesota, and they ended up losing that game by 1 point. They talked about it. They were very frustrated with the calls that the refs were giving them. They couldn't get into a rhythm. A couple of quick early fouls for basically the whole starting 5, and they just could never get in a rhythm. The scary part is the Wolves shot 40-some free throws and still only won the game by 1, but I think they get a little help. They did come off a little team meeting as well, so that helps out. The Wolves have been 5-0 straight up this series in first quarters. It's like, how do we not expect them to come out hot once again in a must-win type of game? I lean toward a trifecta spot here, Tony. It's not a heavy game for me, but I think they keep it going the first quarter and have to start out hot because you can't get down with the Grizzlies, right? But these are 2 young type of teams. The Timberwolves match up well versus them, Tony. They were up double digits in Memphis, right? And John Morant had to have a huge dunk for them to come back and win. What you think, Tony, about the first quarter and first half for the Wolves to have to start off early here?
Well, early on, the first quarter was a moneymaker with the total. And these are the 2 highest scoring first quarter teams in the entire league. And that played in the first few games. Last time out in game 5, I believe the total ended up being 59.5, 60 and fell just short, like on a missed free throw. I think it was if it was 59, it fell 58. If it was 60, it fell 59. So just missed, and the under cashed. Certainly, I think both teams want to start fast, and these are young kids like playing the biggest game of their lives. So will there be nerves? Possibly, but it's a new generation, man. So guys like Anthony Edwards, they feel that they'll come out and have a big night. Ja Morant wants to avoid the slow start that got the Grizz in that big hole in the first place. So I could see a fast start and a first quarter over. I could see the Timberwolves at home, dropping the hammer as a nice first quarter bet. Two things that I want to point out. One, if you like the Minnesota Timberwolves, I would not bet the money line, even though you normally should when you're only getting a point or a point and a half. Which is the case right now. But just look at the scores of the last two games in this series. 111, 109, 119 to 118. That point and a half might come in handy. Having a point would have come in handy last night if that Bogdanovic shot would have come down. You would have pushed. So that's one bit of advice. And then I will give out my client play here. It'll be D'Angelo Russell going over 16.5 points, which has only happened once in this series. He had a couple of huge shots on Tuesday night late in the clutch, which really might bring him out of his slump because he started off 2-11 and 3 of 11 in Memphis. Really hadn't shot the ball well in Memphis, but when he got back to Minnesota in that game 3, he was 9 of 21, 4 of 8 from 3. His best game of the series, 22 points and 8 assists. Win or lose, I think D'Angelo Russell shows up tonight. I like his scoring total over 16.5 points.
Andy, like I said, any more looks? So we'll just have one game, so we go in 2 rounds. But I like your looks with the props there. What do you think about Tony's look with that D'Angelo Russell?
Well, if you like the first quarter over, like Tony's been talking about, you're getting a really nice gift from the books. You can grab it at 56. So you're getting 2 or 3 points a better line if you like the over right now. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, there's one prop I really like. Brandon Clark. He's emerged as just a key piece to this team and to this series. He single-handedly, I thought, won them. I believe it was game 5, and I'm looking at his point total, and it's 14.5. And as we know in these playoffs, these coaches, they're going to put in the guys that have earned it and the guys that get results. And Brandon Clark is earning it. He's coming off the bench. And with Jaren Jackson constantly fouling out and getting in foul trouble, this opens up minutes for Brandon Clark. He played 39 minutes the last game. So he's getting a ton of minutes. He played 29 minutes each of the last 2 games. A lot of energy, a lot of athleticism. He's had 20 and 24 in 2 of his last 3. And then the other game he had 15. So he did get barely over, but he only went 1 for 4 from the free throw line. He's a much better free throw shooter than that. It wouldn't surprise me if they went to Clark early, especially if Jackson gets in foul trouble again. And the other nice thing, we don't see many blowouts, and I certainly don't expect one, but if something weird happens and there's a blowout, he is blowout proof. He plays in the fourth quarters regardless of what the score is because he does come off the bench. So you're getting a nice little edge there that, he's not a starter. So if it's a 30-point game and then all the starters sitting and you're sitting there wondering why you didn't cash your over, that's why. So I love Brandon Clark. I love what he's brought to this series. I think 14.5 is a really good price. I'll play him over that point total tonight.
Yeah, I like it. My guys in the chat liking the rebounds as well for Clark. And like I said, he's been there basically starting center. He's the best matchup for Cat. Steven Adams, even though he's out with COVID, even before he was out, the game, he only played like 3 minutes. So Adams is a non-factor. He will play bigger for them in the next series, guys. Like I know how this series is going to – I mean, nothing's guaranteed, but the Grizzlies will advance in this series. I do think it's going to 7, but the Grizzlies win at the house game 7. They go and face up versus the Warriors. They're actually good, like they can use Steven Adams in their Warriors series. This series is just a bad matchup because Cat's not playing in the post; he's playing out on the wing. So it's just the Wolves just match up so well with the Grizzlies. Guys, I'm watching the last game. I had Grizzlies first half. I'm looking at the game. I'm like, damn, bro, the Wolves actually can ball with this team. Like they have Vanderbilt is Vanderbilt's not out there to score. He's out there for defense and rebounds. He's damn good at it. He's found a spot over there in Minnesota. Anthony Edwards, he can go off. D'Angelo Russell hadn't got off yet, guys. What if he goes off tonight? Karl Anthony Towns at the house. Got guys off the bench like Beasley, even though he got dunked on. I'm sure maybe he'll have a little something to come back with today. But Taurean Prince, man, these guys got a nice little bench. Like you look at it, they're basically the exact same team as the Grizzlies here. They're at the house in a must-win game. Scott Foster was the ref in that game versus the Clippers as well. And the thing that scares me with that one, they did come out slow and then turn it on late in that one. So I'm gonna split up a unit here, man. I'm going Wolves plus 1.5 and plus 105, man. It is what it is. Hey, if it doesn't happen, it is what it. We sitting on big cheddar for the books, guys. But let's talk about some shirts real quick, man.
Nice segue. Nice segue. It was very smooth. It was seamless.
No, but we got glasses. I got these glasses up on there, man, on the site. We got all different type of glasses up on the site, man. We got shirts. I think 15 different shirts over there. I grabbed the Jay and the Shark shirts today as well. Smack City, us against the bookies. Let's get some cash, man. Go check them out. We appreciate everybody for the support, man. Now for some free picks, guys. Make sure you check them out, Tony and Andy over there at Wager Talk. Have you checked out our great cappers over there at Wager Talk? You can use promo code J50, man, and whatever's in their card, all access, whatever sport they have going, guys, you can use 50% off. Use promo code J50, Tony. What you got going over there at Wager Talk? Or we're gonna go to Andy first, then kick to Tandy to Tony. Andy, what you got going at Wager Talk and what you liking on tonight's card?
Well, I have a 5% play tonight. There was one prop that stood out, at least for me, over all the rest. So it's a 5%, good enough for a 5% rating. That's up at wagertalk.com right now. And I'm running a 90-day special for only $199. This next 3 months is like one of the best times of the year for the sports I handicap. So we have a huge run of golf tournaments, including 2 majors. We have tennis, including 2 majors. We have NBA, MLB, NHL. And then for me, I do auto racing. We have 19 NASCAR and Formula One races coming up. We're hitting 67% of racing bets this year. So 90 days for $199. And honestly, I'm going to roll with my Brandon Clark. That's my best bet for tonight. The more and more I think about it, I just love what he brings to the team and what he brings to the series. He'll be a key piece tonight. So my best bet is 14.5 over the points for Brandon Clark.
I liked it. Tony, what you like? And you got anything going over there at Wage? And Andy, you doing race car bets as well, man. That's some, I don't think anybody's doing that. That's some good stuff right there, Andy. But Tony, what you liking on tonight's card and what you got going at Wage Talk?
Yeah, Andy does a bit of everything. It's impressive. Look at my free play in MLB, wt.buzz with 2 Z's /TM. We're going for 7-0 on free play. So there's a free MLB play there to be had. NBA, it's been a really nice season. Number 1 at Wager Talk and spread profits. We're up over 150 units, 60% on 5% plays, which is our max. I'm on an 11-2 spread play run. All-time leader at Wager Talk in 5% plays. We're up at over 123 units. So you got another one tonight. Again, dodged a bullet last night, so let's stay hot. And then for my my free play, like I said, I like D'Angelo Russell. Also, if you don't love Russell because he hasn't been himself in this series, even though I think he should bounce back, let me offer you another angle. Anthony Edwards, after that bonehead play that he owned up to immediately because he said it was stupid, going for the gamble on the John Morant game winner, maybe he shows up with a vengeance. I certainly love his attitude, love his game. 23.5 points is his scoring prop. So you might want to go over there as well.
I like that. That's a good look. You definitely always want to come back to a player that knows that he messed up towards the end of the game. He's definitely going to have added incentive. The Timberwolves got a little big 3 over here. They're not going to win this series, but I like what they're doing. The Timberwolves and the Pelicans. I like how they're fighting in this. These were teams that nobody knew about, but I kind of been on them all year. I can't wait to take these guys next year, and I think they get it done tonight in their last home game of the season as well, man. I think maybe a little bit Scott Foster, but this game didn't really. I'm not really banking on that, to be honest with you. We're going to the streets of Minnesota here. I'm in the arena right now. I'm finna go to shoot around with these guys, man. They told me that this is a big game for them, and the crowd is really gonna. They love playing at the house. The crowd's gonna get behind them tonight. I wouldn't be surprised to see them come out early, but the full game, the final score is the only thing that matter. It's a smaller play for me, guys. To be honest with you, but I split up a half unit and put it on Timberwolves plus 105 and Timberwolves plus 1.5. I do think that we see a Scott Foster special tonight. I do think that we get at least one game 7 out of this round 1, and this would be the series as well, the most even series as far as even teams, if you ask me, coaching, all of this. This is a really good series, man. I love to see game 7. Give me the Wolves here, going against everybody. Everyone's on the Grizzlies tonight. I think it's going to be easy. I'll likely be very well be on the other side. Give me the Wolves. We howling with the Wolves tonight.
Raised by Wolves.
I appreciate exactly. We was raised by Wolves, man. Y'all go and follow Andy on Twitter at Bump Sports. Follow Tony as well at Mejia De Niro. I'm sorry about that. I know how to say it.
You know how to say it. So no big.
Look, I'm reading it. I'm like, that's Mejia De Niro. And follow me as well at J Money is Money, man. Go check out the website, jmoneyismoney.com if you'd like to get some merch, support the channel. We will win today. Let's get some cash. We back tomorrow, back Sunday. We out.